I'll be honest, I'm not the best at trills. They seem so simple on paper. Just go back and forth, but sometimes I'll just miss anyway. But when Rock Band 3 came out, Harmonix had a solution. Lanes. Well, not quite. Trill lanes and strum lanes turned out to be pretty annoying to a lot of people a lot of the time, but I think Harmonix's heart was in the right place. Their logic is sound. The guitarist on the recording is playing imprecisely, so let's allow the person playing the game to play imprecisely and maintain combo. Sure. But one big issue is with the implementation of lanes. Immediately we started to see charts use lanes in places that either didn't really make sense for them or they weren't properly accommodated for ahead of time when they were being programmed. So they're in the office like, alright, one of our songs this week has a fast strumming bit, but the guitarist was sliding around a bunch in between, so do we lane here? And what about here? This one? Okay, but what if the guitarist is like hesitating for a moment in between strum bursts? And does our answer change if it's a trill section instead? What if there's different anchors involved? Yikes! These look pretty gross too! You can probably see how this mechanic gets pretty messy pretty fast, both visually and in terms of how I have to play this in order to actually FC the song. It's also not super clear cut on where we draw the line on speed. According to the Rock Band Network guidelines, the game will not allow for a lane to continue if there is more than 160 milliseconds of space before the next note. But that's still only a little over 6 notes per second. Plenty of edge cases exist, like Tuesday's Gone and Urgent, which are not much faster than that. This also means that if the song's BPM is high enough, and the notes weren't forced correctly, there can also be a strummed trill lane. Strangely though, you don't have to actually strum all of these notes in order to keep combo if this happens. Alright, but speed isn't everything. What about length?
Hey, yo!
Well, there's also not exactly a minimum length for a lane. In fact, plenty of them last for less than half of a second. But a lot of the time, a short lane does feel a little bit unnecessary. But let's push beyond unnecessary, though, and explore into the realm of downright illogical. I already showed a few examples of 4-note trill lanes. Dumb, but I guess at least that's still a trill. And within the contents of that lane, I could still be sloppy, and if I wanted to, I could do something like this. But what about 3? I'm not even sure that we can honestly count 3 notes as a trill, but that didn't stop 3-note trill lanes from occurring in 3 different guitar charts during the Rock Band 3 era. It's a lot of 3s. This is one button press. What are we doing here? But you already knew there was going to be a Rock Band Network chart that had an even worse version of this. Ah yes, here we have the world's first trill lane zigzag. There is actually one other chart with a 3-note trill lane, but Harmonix patched this one out in Rock Band 4. They left Love Me 2 times untouched though. That's pretty much the basics on the 3-note trill lanes. I'll just go ahead and show them uncommentated now.
Love me one time, could not speak. Love me one, love me two. Love me one child, could not speak. Love me one week.